Hey guys, here's the NXT with Miss T. I've been wanting to get into podcasting for a really long time, and I have taken this channel to solely focus on media, news, current events, and so much more. So I'm so excited to just kick back, relax, and talk to you guys about my favorite brand right now, NXT. And we need to talk about last night's episode. This is getting so exciting going into Stand and Deliver. So just sit back, relax, enjoy this episode where we focus on last night's episode of NXT. Starting off with Trick Williams. What is happening with Trick Williams? Jevon Evans, the way that episode ended last night, can we talk about it? It was so good. There was so much chaos going on in the center of the ring that I had no idea what was happening, and I loved it. Dion Lennox, the dark side, they're coming through. We think they're maybe going to attack again because all we've seen this faction do is give beatings, beat downs. That's all we've seen out of them. So the fact that they were just hanging out in the crowd, watching Jevon, Obafemi, Trick Williams, all this chaos in the middle, not attack Trick, was so interesting. Now, I commented on X and I said, oh my goodness, if Trick Williams is the leader of this group, this would be so freaking crazy. Personally, I think it's either Jevon Evans or Trick. But what I got from last night's episode of NXT was that Jevon Evans wants to hang out with Trick Williams and be cool with him, but Trick is crashing out and wants Jevon Evans to be on that level, but he's not there. He doesn't see him as there. And Trick wants to focus on Oba, but there's a bigger picture happening. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you like this new version of Trick Williams where it looks like he's crashing out? He's a badass. I don't know if it's a heel turn or what, but all I know is that it's been good so far. I like the change in the look. He just looks a little bit more serious and fierce. It's good and it's working. Also, absolutely loved that Obafemi came out immediately when Trick Williams was like, get your punk ass out of here. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as Trick Williams called him out, he came out. And so this makes me even more excited because it's two guys, they're presenting strong, but there's a bigger story being told. I gotta say, I'm loving this storyline. It's amazing. And with that being said, it's definitely one of the storylines I'm really enjoying. And I'm just so excited for next week. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for NXT next Tuesday. I need to know more. And I really hope they give us more. Is it Jevon Evans? Are they working together? Is Obafemi in trouble? I don't think he is, but who knows? And I personally like some of these guys a part of this faction. Like Dion Lennox, for example, so talented. And I know he's going to have a bright future and a really good 2025 in NXT. But they got some other personalities in that group that they're looking pretty good. People keep calling them the Temu Shield. And I don't understand why. Because they are nothing like a Temu Shield. The Shield had 3 members. Where are people getting Temu Shield? Yeah, I don't see them as that. But I think with a leader like either Jevon or Trick, it would really shaken things up. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Moving on, my girl Jada Parker. She is making some freaking noise, and I love to see it. I personally feel like they want to give Jordynne Grace some gold, but is Jada Parker getting in the way of that right now? I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Stephanie is due to defend her title against Jada next week. And I feel like Jordynne Grace is going to interfere and Jada is not going to be successful. I don't see Stephanie losing to Fallon either. Stephanie's going to hold these titles, in my opinion, a little bit longer. But I could see Jordynne Grace being that girl to take one of these titles off of Stephanie in the future. I don't know how far that is, but that's what I foresee. But will Shawn Michaels pull the trigger and give that position to Jada Parker instead? I would love that. I feel like they're setting up Jordynne Grace, though, for success. Like, it's inevitable. She's supposed to win some gold. She's going to be that girl in WWE. You know, she was a top star in TNA. So, of course, they're going to show her love here. They've been doing that with a lot of people coming from outside companies. Ricky Starks, Ethan Page. And I'm cool with that. I'm okay with Jordynne Grace having her time when it comes, you know, whatever. But whenever it circles back to my girl, Jada Parker, I'm going to be so freaking happy. I cannot wait to see Lola Vice and Jada Parker at some point in 2025 hold some gold in NXT. And it has me thinking, what are we getting for NXT Stand and Deliver? Because we got so much talent, especially in that women's division of NXT. It's like, what are we going to get at Stand and Deliver? And now you have Stephanie with 2 titles. You know, I was hosting my Twitch stream last night, and we watch NXT every Tuesday, by the way. So if you're a fan of NXT and you come across this video, be sure to also check me out on Twitch. And someone had mentioned that Stephanie should vacate the North American title so that way she doesn't lose it and there can be like an open challenge. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Personally, I think there will be someone that takes it off of her. It's just a matter of how, because we're so close to Stand and Deliver. She has both belts. What are we going to do? Is it going to be an open challenge sort of thing? I don't know, but I'm interested to see how they execute this thing. Can I tell you guys another storyline that I'm loving so much right now in NXT? Is the family versus the culling. And we finally got a glimpse of Adriana Rizzo versus Izzy Dame for a few moments. And I gotta tell you, I really would love to see a one-on-one between both of those girls. Adriana Rizzo, every single time she gets into the ring, she owns the moment. Anytime she gets some mic time, she owns that. Same thing with Izzy Dame. I feel like they understand, hey, I might not be on TV all the time, but when I am on TV, I'm going to make something out of myself. And I love that for both of these girls. And when I tell you, I was just waiting for that fierce moment, and I finally got it on last night's episode of NXT. I was so happy. The storyline as a whole, I've been loving so much because Shawn Spears has finally blossomed, and it's so interesting to see how unique his team is. But the family, it's like the family we hold so close and near and dear to our hearts. I just love it. I'm gonna be honest, like I love the calling, but I love the family. And it seems like Stax Lorenzo wants more. He wants to be that guy. And I don't know if Stax Lorenzo is always going to be by Tony D'Angelo's side, but I got to tell you, I'm just hooked to this storyline. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Would you like to see Tony D'Angelo stay with Stax Lorenzo and the family all together? Or do you think Stax Lorenzo has more to offer? Because he's actually a superstar I can see flourishing even more this year. Stax Lorenzo has put on some banger matches low key, and I don't feel like we're talking about it enough. Everybody in the family, though, it's very talented. They're all talented, but we got to keep an eye on each and every one of them as individuals, because I'm telling you, they are going to have a great year this year. Let's talk a little bit about my girl Carmen and Ashante. I feel like Carmen and Ashante are a good pair. I like him with her. But I feel like Carmen also should be recognized a little bit more for opportunities. Like the fact that she's not in WWE 2K25 actually hurt my feelings. I was so excited and interested to see what her entrance would look like in the game. But this year too, so far, we've seen her take it to the next level. And I really hope that they continue to give her opportunities. Same thing with Sol Ruca and Zarya. That was like a team that I wasn't asking for, but I'm totally fine with. Sol Ruka against Chelsea Green was so fun to see. And it really shows where Sol Ruka stands. And I think that Sol Ruka doesn't even have to be in NXT for much longer. I don't even think she needs the accomplishments. That's how talented she is. Let me know what you guys think. And what do you think of Zarya and Sol Ruka together as a team? It's an interesting mix for sure, but it's working. I kind of like it. So I gotta tell you guys, it's been really exciting to tune into NXT every single week. It's my favorite brand, and I don't miss an episode because of how good it's booked, and the character development is always there. But this, like I said, last night's episode was just so fun to watch. I'm so excited for next week. I gotta tell you, there are some superstars I'm rooting for to see them succeed this year, and it looks like that's happening. I'm just curious to know what's next for a few guys like Eddie Thorpe and Ethan Page. You know, like what's next for some of these guys? Are they going to go for a North American title? Are they going to go for, the NXT championship? It's going to be exciting to see for sure. Let me know what you guys thought about last week's episode. And do you think we should start an official podcast for NXT? Talk to me. Let me know down in the comments. This is still a new channel, so I'm still trying to figure out where I want to fit in when it comes to the media space. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'll be sure to check those out. You already know what to do. Check out my main channel and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next Tuesday, deuces.